Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is one of my favorite of all time. Back in 2018, I was actually choosing between this and my Ultimate EZM 1.1 as my long-term only watch. And so you're looking at a 2018 launch from Sinn of Frankfurt, Germany. This is the reference 3006 Hunting Watch, and it is designed to give you a gauge of when the moon is high enough and bright enough that you can hunt under German laws that prohibit the use of artificial light for hunting at night. So you need to know when the moon is high and bright. This watch is large and chock-a-block with features. 44 millimeters in diameter. I measure it 16 millimeters thick. From lug to lug, just the case, 51 millimeters. If we add the end links of this substantial factory bracelet, then it is 58 millimeters across the wrist with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. The watch also comes with a lovely light brown calfskin strap that actually makes the fit more viable on a smaller wrist. I'll let you decide whether on the bracelet this looks like it fits me. My wrist is 16 centimeters, so that's your reference point. Here's your down the barrel, here's your over the top, and here's your cuff shot, where you can see that it is thin enough that it will fit underneath the jacket sleeve, if not the tightest of shirt sleeves. I'll argue that if this were on the strap, I think I could wear it. And it may not be out of sorts on the bracelet, although it does wear considerably larger when it's on the bracelet. Taking a look at the watch, you can see everything is anti-glare, an instrument-style watch. It has a matte dial, and it has an entirely matte and satinated case and bracelet combination. Now, the bracelet is a lovely piece with a conforming end link. It is designed for this watch and to cleanly mate it to the bracelet. We have a number of removable links, and they're fixed by hex screws. Why hex screws? Because Sinn, being an engineering-oriented company, realizes that speccing a hex screw means that the screw can take more torque without stripping out. Flatheads are very common in watchmaking, but they're easy to strip out. This is better, as it's less likely to strip and it can take more torque for security. You can see we have an intermediate size link, and that on each side. We've actually got two over here, so if you're in between sizes, you've got quite a good degree of adjustability. Now you can see this is a Sinn factory bracelet with a double deployment clasp and a twin trigger release. So you press these two triggers and then it opens up, but not before. Close it up, take a look. You can see it's got the Sinn logo on it. Taking a look at the interior of the bracelet, you can see there are scalloped hollows between the links to avoid pinching skin, pulling hair, or trapping wrist heat. This is how I would wear it if I had the wrists of sufficient size. Turning around, you can see there's still a little packing sticker on the back. This is a Tegmented case, and that means you've got an extraordinary degree of scratch resistance in this steel. It's carburized steel, carbon diffused, so fairly deep coating, several microns thick, gives it almost the surface hardness of ceramic. And if that sounds like an exaggeration, my EZM 1.1 had this kind of steel. I couldn't scratch it with razor blades and keys. It really works. And you can see this watch, which is now approaching 8 years old, has no external marks despite not being refinished. You can also see that Sinn expects that this will be used like a tool watch and that you might use a strap tool to pop the bracelet off and fit the leather strap or maybe even a textile or a NATO to give you that ability. You can see that we've got a triple calendar and a moon phase and a 24-hour scale. It's not a second time zone, but it does tell you whether we are approaching, for example, 5 p.m. or 5 a.m. And so you have that distinction. So you can see here we are at 4:55 right now. So we're approaching 5 p.m. because the little stub hand is moving towards the 18, which would be 6 o'clock. The watch features a little pusher, so you don't need a special tool to adjust the day of the week on the triple calendar. And then we have a screw down crown. The watch is 200 meters water resistant, so it's a hunter's watch, but it can also swim. When I pull the crown out to its intermediate position, you can see I'm able to quick set the moon phase and also quick set the pointer date, which drives the month. You can see July, and now we roll through. It is August, just like that. So we have a quick set for the moon, quick set for the date, quick set for the month, and then a pusher adjuster to quick set the day. You see it's a dished dial with a raised track for the date, and then inboard we have solid blocks of lume for the indices, and the same material, which is a ceramic luminescent hybrid, is used for the moon phase. So how luminescent is it? As you can see, quite. dusk till dawn lumen. You can see when the moon is full, or at least bright enough to hunt at night in Germany. Jumping back here, you can see it's all a matte green, which is a nice counterpart to the environment of both hunter and hunted, the great outdoors. Flip it over, you can see that it's basically a 7750 architecture in top grade, which is second only from Chronometer. But take a look at that adjuster, that fine adjustment eccentric screw regulator. When you see that on a 7750 style architecture, that means it is actually a Concepto version of the age-old Velocue 7750. And so what we have here is a unidirectional automatic winder with a 4 Hertz beat rate, top grade. It has the double quickset, it has stop seconds or hacking, 42-hour power reserve, and a combination of a cam function cycler with an oscillating pinion style lateral clutch. It is called a Concepto C99002, to call it by its proper name. And you can see it's mechanically decorated in a handsome fashion. It's worth a display case back, but it's not artisanal. I will say this though. The cam tuning is excellent, giving up nothing to a column wheel from a tactile standpoint. And look at the seconds hand. Because it's an oscillating pinion, it doesn't have the huge jump or stagger that you get on a conventional lateral clutch. And so when I start it up, it's almost completely seamless, just like a vertical clutch would be. And that's one of the advantages of an oscillating pinion and why companies like Richard Mille, Debetun, and IWC and FP Journe have been rediscovering the oscillating pinion lateral clutch relatively recently. There are other features too. In addition to Tegmented, Sinn has a technology, or at least a manufacturing standard, called D3, where it has much more securely mounted sleeves for the pushers and then the stalks on the bottom of the pusher, so they're much harder to damage by external contact. And then there's this curious little insert on the case flank, which is a copper sulfate capsule that will pull moisture out of the interior of the watch. If somehow moisture gets in, this will actually extract it. It starts sort of a very pale blue and gets intensely blue when it's time to replace. When the watch is constructed at Sinn in Frankfurt, and also when it's serviced, they completely flush out all the dust and moisture and air in the case with a nitrogen fill. So it is full of inert gas, which when it's full, it prohibits oxidation, because you need oxygen for oxidation. And then if any moisture does get in, this will remove it up to a point. So this watch is full of all sorts of Sinn technologies and lots of fun. And again, on the full factory bracelet for the watch, this is an awesome piece and a great daily companion, whether you're a hunter or you simply like cool German watches. Reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.